everyone, and welcome back to another Grainman Explains episode, and today we're going to be having a deep dive into the Straw Harvest Pack by Creative Mesh. Now, this pack was obviously released yesterday on the 23rd of the 1st, 2024, so I'm going to have a bit of a deep dive into all the machines that we get as part of the pack, some of the additional bits and bobs, so like we've got a couple of pallets of things like the molasses, the bale twine and the bale wrap. We're also going to have a quick look at the machines running in the field, plus this new type of, I'm going to call it production, but I suppose it's a new type of farm building to produce a new type of fruit or a product, which is your pellets. And we're also going to have a quick look at some of the things that you need to know when running the machines and also running the types of productions. So we've got quite a few new machines from Krone on this one, so I think what we'll do, we'll jump into the shop. We'll have a quick look actually through the Straw Harvest Pack in here first. So first things, we get a couple of different bale grabs, which I think is going to be a really good addition to the game. So the Lizard V grab can also go on a front loader, a telehandler and a wheel loader. We can then get this one, which is like a proper, I would call this a proper big bale grab with the sickles that can go into the top of the bales. So you can load 3 at a time. Again, this can do front loader, telehandler and wheel loader. Really nice. And then this one, a big boy one. This is the big boy foldable bale loader for square bales, and this can only go on a wheel loader, and it is pretty monstrous looking. We then get the new Comprima V180XC baler, so round baler. You can have the different wheels, and also you can also have it so the bale twine or the bale wrap, I think this is actually, could either be manually filled or it could be automatic, and that's that option. We then got the BiGPack 1290 HDP. This one can either have a bale chute, so like a pretty normal baler, and it also then has the ability to have the bale twine, and again it can be manually or automatically filled. Well, we've got our set to manual, so we can show that working. You can do 180 to 240 centimetre bales, so that's pretty good. Then we also get a bale collect or a bale collector, but this will go back on the back of the BiGPack. But what happens is, instead of having a bale chute, you have a bale collect 1230, and this puts a rear hitch on the actual back of this baler. And if you look at this, this will attach, and then this folds out, and when you do fold this into position, this like moves all the way up, and then it folds out to be like wings, and these will allow you to arrange your bales in a certain way. So there's a couple of different ways you can actually arrange your bales on this trailer as well, which is pretty cool. So that's a part of the pack. Then you get the big boy Krone Premos 5000. Now this is the bit of equipment that allows you to produce your pellets. So you can either go straight to the field and use the straw off the field and create pellets and put it in the 9,000 litre tank. This does need molasses and water though. It doesn't show it on the guide here, but you can also do this with grass. So you can do grass pellets and straw pellets. We're going to concentrate on straw pellets today, but it does need water and molasses to put in. But this can actually do your shredding of the straw and the grass on the field where you put it behind the tractor. It does need quite a lot of horsepower though, 350 horsepower, just to be made aware. And again, you can do automatic or manual refilling. That's an extra 10,000, same as all the other machines. But then if you want to take this and put this into the pellet production factory, where it takes the pellets and puts them in bags and then puts them on a pallet themselves, then you can also have a bale shredder. Now this comes on a pallet, so you have to pick it up. If you've got super strength like I've got, you can use that. If not, you can use obviously a front loader or a telehandler. And what you have to do is, on this yellow arrow there, as you can just see, is a yellow arrow. That needs to go to the right hand side as it's connected to the tractor. So if you're looking at the baler to the straight in front, it'll be to your left. That will then be, if you drop it to the side, get back in your tractor, you'll then get an option to actually attach this, and then it puts a big stand, and the bale shredding system gets removed from the bottom of the Premos and puts it at the side, and then it will then allow you to produce pellets from bales that you bring. So that's pretty cool. We are going to run through that though, because that's a special section I'm going to run through. We've obviously got the bale twine pallet and the bale net pallet. The twine pallet goes on the big baler, the BiGPack 1290, and the bale net pallet goes on the smaller one. So as you can see there, it says that goes on the Comprima V180C. Obviously the Comprima is that one, and then the bale twin pallet goes on the BiGPack 1290, so that's pretty good. Then you get the molasses pallet, which then is used by the Premos 5000. So that's all the bits and bobs that come as part of the pack. so we shall show them off quickly. As you can see, we've got the first bale grab here, and we've got the next bale grab and the big boy bale grab, which is on the big class. Then here we've got our pallets. So we've got the molasses pallet, we've got the twine pallet, and then we've got the wrap pallet as well. So we've got a tanker here full of water ready to put into our Primo machine. So is it the Primo? Sorry, no, it's the Premos machine. So what I'm going to do though, we'll start with this one, I think. So we will get this and take this and get it filled up. Thought I'd align all the machines up quickly so everybody can see them really nicely. So if I remember rightly, you've got to be to the left hand side. Let's fill it with the molasses for a start. There we go. I don't know why, but I've had this issue since the update where I have to sometimes get out of the track to get back in before it'll actually kick in the refill pellet harvester. And as you can see though, it's a nice little animation on the pallets. As it fills up the baler or the pellet maker, the amount of the containers in the pallet goes down. Same thing with the bale twine, same thing with the bale wrap, and we'll show those off in the two balers, but that's pretty cool. So we're going to do that quickly. Yeah, I say it takes 200 litres, and then you need to put water in as well. So we will spin around. This is why we've set the water tanker up here with a couple of thousand litres of water. So let's see if we can, there we go, refill. There we go. So that takes 5,000. So what we'll do, we're going to set this on this little field here. We're not going to create too many pallets, or pellets, sorry, I was going to say pallets then. But turn on and lower. Got the pickup down, and let's make some pellets. See how we get on. As you can see, it's got rear wheel steer as well, which is pretty cool. So here we go. And what we'll see as well, if we can set this up, we can have a quick look. We can see the pellets coming out of the machine, up the conveyor belt, and actually falling into the main hopper. So that's pretty cool. And if we wanted to actually unload the hopper, you'll put this conveyor out, which then obviously you can bring a trailer to it, and you can unload into. So it's pretty standard and pretty simple actually once we do this. So we'll just go down here quickly. I'm not going to spend too much longer on this because honestly it's a pretty simple system. Fill it up with water, fill it up with molasses, get in your fields and get cracked on, really. So that's pretty good. So that's not bad at all. What we will do though, I think we'll jump out of this one quick. So I think we've shown that one. We have got that set up in the barn over here. So if you give me a second, I will show. There's additional buildings on the pack as well that we're just going to run through in a minute. So in here, this is the actual pellet factory. We actually have the big class, and we have this Krone baler here set up. Same one again. This one's all set up with the bale shredder, which is this little bit of equipment here. But if we actually get into this tractor, one thing I will do is if we fold the bale shredder, so you'll see the animation, which is really cool in my opinion. It's a really nice feature. I'm actually going to see if we can detach this. I can show you what we need to do to actually get it to be able to be attached to the side of this baler, because it did take a few minutes to actually work out how to do it. Detach, there we are. So as you can see, if you bring your baler to a point where you want to, so where the Premos sign is on this, like I say, if you're looking at the baler, it's the front left. If you're in line with the baler or behind it or in the tractor, it's front right. Make sure that this yellow arrow is there, right near this front, and then you can go back into your tractor and you'll get the option at the bottom to say attach. It will do this funky animation and it'll attach it to your baler. You can then do unfold bale shredder. It'll put the table out, put the legs out, put the strengthening bars in as well, and away you go. So we are going to load some bales on there in a minute, but we're going to make some bales with the new balers and hopefully try and use the new bale lifting equipment as well on our tools and toys out here. So I think what we'll do, we're probably going to run with this circular baler quickly first. As you can see, I've already got this full of wrap, but if you did want to actually put more wrap into it, you have to open the bale door. As you can see, there's an option there to open the bale door. It's there. You drive up to the pallets, and I think if we can make a few bales, I should be able to show you. So we will close the bale wrap door. Again, I am actually on Xbox controller, but I'm on PC. I just use an Xbox controller to be able to easily control the tractors. Let's create a bale quickly, and you'll see that the bale wrap will potentially go down, I believe, when we get a bit further on. So we're just doing this now. Hopefully we'll get a full bale in a second off of this field as well. It's not the two biggest fields on the map, I must admit, but it should be enough for what we need here. So nearly 90. Might have to start on the next row. Oh, no, it's fine. Okay, and it is using the wrap. So hopefully if we go unload bale, there you go. So the actual outside of the bale has been wrapped, but it's been wrapped in like netting, as you can see here. It's not wrap as in what we think maybe wrap for silage, so that's just something to be aware of. I think you can obviously put this on as some kind of add-on from ModHub. So we're now into the voucher, which has got the new big Krone baler. This one is the BiGPack 1290, and it's also then got the ability to have this nice little, I'd say it's a bale collector, bale trailer, bale stacker, shall we say. I'm going to call it bale stacker. So as you can see, the actual Krone BiGPack, these two are not massively different to each other, even if we've got the chute or the ability to put the stacker on the back. So what we'll do, I'm going to take this over to one of the other fields over the other side, just so we can actually get enough together in this baler, because this field won't have enough straw, I don't think. So let's put some put the winky pots on to keep PC player Mount happy. As you can see, we actually have got bale twine in this, so it's 48 rolls or 72% full. We've pre-cut a field here of wheat, so we've got some straw. So what I'll do first is we'll just show off very quickly. We're going to lower the twine boxes. Now this is a really cool animation. So the boxes come down, they open up both sides, and what you can do then, you can put your pallet next to this and obviously fill it up. No issues at all. Does seem to work really well, and obviously the animation from the crate to these bale twine storage saddle packs, I think, kind of work. So as you can see there, but you can see the actual internal workings of the baler a bit more when these are actually taken down, so that's pretty cool. So we'll actually lift the twine boxes, so the door's shut and she lifts up, which is really nice. We're going to unfold the bale loader. So what you'll see here is, as you can see then, the bale loader connects up, the wings flap out, and what happens is, when it's fully and utterly unfolded, the back wheels will become unlocked, so they'll be able to spin when you turn. If you don't, then it becomes like, it kind of drags it and it doesn't work properly, so it's just something to be aware of. We'll turn on the baler, but the one thing you can do is on the bale loading platform at the back, you've got the bale unload mode. So if you change that, you can see you've got one in the middle, two is just blank. So it's a bit like noughts and crosses or tic-tac-toe, which is quite funny. But you've got 3 different options there for unloading bales, which I think is pretty cool. So if we see if we can get this working, so let's get it on and turn on the baler. I'm going to lower the pickup and we're going to go get some bales. Hopefully, because this field's yielded pretty well when I was harvesting it, we're going to get some bales pretty quick so we can actually see the animation of unloading these pretty fast. So yeah, doing pretty well. But nice animation there with the dust as well, which I think is a new thing added to part of this pack. So that's really good. And we can really fly down the fields with this going, actually. Doing 15 miles an hour, which is pretty quick for baling, I must admit. Quite surprised by that. So hopefully we'll get a couple of bales done. So that's 1 or 2. I'm wanting to get 3 bales on this back trailer, just to show what it does when all 3 are on there. Because once one's on there, you'll see there's an animation that will flick it to one side. It does seem to have a very good pickup though, this baler, I will say that. There you go, there's one, and hopefully what should happen, second one should pop out and the second go to the left, and then the third one should go to the middle, and then they should flip it straight down. So that should be pretty good, and hopefully, there we go, there's the second bale. This is going to work out quite well, because it is going to mean that we're going to be in a good part of the field when we get the third bale in, which then we can get one of our loaders, see if we can unload that, and then put it where we need to. So third bale, lovely, nice animation that, and a nice push bar. Let's jump into our telehandler and see if we can use this to pick up, I'm thinking maybe 2, maybe 3 bales. See if we can bring them back to the factory quickly and produce some pellets, and I think then we should be literally to the point of showing pretty much everything off. I will show off some of the additional buildings. So these are a new place to sell the pellets. These the 2 buildings I've already got placed down, plus a 3rd building which is a little bit different. So hopefully when we get in line we'll be able to do X to grab the bales. Let's see if we can. Yeah, I think 3 bales would be right, but at least you have got this system where you can shift them up a little bit. So let's see. Are they in line? Nearly. Right, okay. Grab bales. Whoa, yes. Very, very impressive. I'm really happy about having this back in the game, actually. I think it was in, obviously, FS19. I think there's some mods for this kind of grabbing, but I actually think it's really good because this is going to make potentially loading trailers and also stacking bales so much easier. And a lot of farmers and agricultural people around where I live do use these for stacking these sort of bales and making the big stacks quicker. And also it does mean that you're going to be able to clear a field pretty quick without having to spend like 100,000 bye-bye postbox, £100,000 getting your big bale stacker that you get from someone like Artisan or one of the other brands to actually do it. So let's bring this into here. Let's see if this will work quickly. This is probably going to be an interesting way of working. Obviously it's very, very heavy, this. So let's see how we get on here. If we can just get into the right angle here, because the shed's not amazing, I must admit, but let's see. If we load this on here, is it going to work, or is this going to be a bit of a nightmare? So if they drop bales, and let's see if we can turn this on and see if this is going to work. So I've not... Oh no, wrong vehicle. Whoops. So, turn on. Okay, so it will actually... Oh, doesn't kind of work. Okay, so you do need to have the bales. You can put 1 bale on by the looks of it, and it will take it and turn it. So it's designed to take 1 at a time. Quite slow though, but it is working. Oh, and it's making pellets. So we're making pellets. Okay, so we've got some pellets going into the machine now. The machine is now working, or was working. I'll tell you, there we are. So we've got some pellets coming out of the machine. Very impressive. I do like this animation. I do like it. It's on a drop bag system, so that's very, very cool. Obviously we've pretty much filled what we can, so hopefully it looks like it's all automated using robots. So here we go, first bit of loading going on. Ah, yeah, very nice. 5 at the stack. Pelletize empty, pelletizer stopped. So it does tell you, so that's really good. So I think what we'll do though, let's change our settings quickly and just set it so our vehicle doesn't actually needs to be turned on. There we are. And we can turn this on. Turn on the pellet harvester again. We can actually leave it going. We can watch it a little bit. Obviously we do need to sort these bales out though, because it wasn't the best idea this, was it? So let's just put these back on. So if we did drop them off in a certain way, and I'm using super strength here. Oh, and you wouldn't be able to tell because that was absolutely shocking. So can we actually see, can we actually pick these back up? I don't know. There we are. This one seems to be stuck in the animated state by the looks of it, which is quite funny. So we're going to put this, turn this around, I'm going to put this on. There we are. Hopefully, there we are. So you do need to make sure they're that way around, but it does look like you can drop one on and it will turn. So I'm going to pick this one back up in a second. Again, it does seem to be stuck because it's been used on this. It seems to put all 3 together as the animation. So that makes sense. One thing I will say though is in this workshop you do have a crane, which is like a proper crane that sits across your purlins. So if we go into here and say enter vehicle, so it doesn't seem to work very well with console. So you can do a different camera. So there's the camera there, which is probably the easy one, but it does seem like this is all mouse controlled. I can't control this with my analog stick on my console itself, on my controller, which is a bit strange. Don't really know why, but obviously you've got different controls to move and change what you've got. You've then got the ability to spin your camera, spin the bucket, which is left and right. Up and down is up and down on the actual rigging, and then if you press and hold both together, that then opens and closes. So I'm pressing both left and right mouse buttons together to be able to open it, and then we'll be able to then come down, press them both together again, and then scoop up anything, and then go back up again, and then be able to then press to move the carriage and also the main beam. So again, pretty cool, quite impressive, I must admit. And as you can see here, we've got a pallet here, full pallet of pellets here, looking very, very nice. Oh, and wrapped as well. So actually you get told today's output until how long the supply lasts, the fill straw pellets, how much you've made. So that's pretty cool. So that's quite a nice idea. So you can see it all automated. So you have this set going, but obviously you're going to need a pretty powerful tractor to run your pellet harvesting machine if you're going to run it static, or if you're going to then run it back and forth. So pretty cool, pretty cool. One thing I am going to show off very quickly is around the other side we do have another building that comes part of the pack. So run around here quickly, have a quick look here. So the animation on these doors is really cool as well. Actually, I must admit, I think it's really nice. This is just a storage. This is just the same as what it is next door, apart from it doesn't have the production facility. So that you can use this for storing your pellets in your different bays. And if you go into the construction menu and you go into sheds, you will see all the way to the end you've got these. All three are exactly the same. So we've got the pellet hall, which is literally exactly the same as this but without the crane. You get the pellet hall crane, so it's this one I've got below me, and you get the bale and pallet storage. So this one is just the standard bale and pallet storage, so the doors open and you have the ability to put bales and pallets in, just like they brought out I think in version 1.9 I think it was. So that's pretty cool. But if you look at productions, you'll also see that the pellet hall palletizer is this building here. So this is the one that's got the pellet hall pelletizer or palletizer. And you also get this pellet heat plant, so that's the thing that you can sell your pellets to, and it'll actually allow you to get money, so that can take your pellets. That's pretty good. You also have the pellet sell point, which is an additional one as well. So this is just a little, quite simple, got two flags, got a board, and you can then sell your pellet sell points there as well. If you're doing it with the factory though, obviously if you put one down yourself, the pellet heat plant, obviously input of wood chip or your pellets, and obviously you'll then output power. So a bit like a BGA, but it's using that slightly differently. So that's pretty cool though, I must admit. So all pretty nice indeed. Hopefully though you've enjoyed this Grainman Explains video. If you have, give it a like, subscribe to the Grainman channel, and I hope to see you again soon. Many thanks for watching.